What's good, family? Welcome to another episode of An Honest Conversation about hip-hop. I'm your boy, Hip-Hop O-Head, a.k.a. D. Moraney, a.k.a. Hip-Hop's Uncle Phil. And tonight, we're back. I got with me the one and only.
It's your boy, Kapone, the greatest rapper never known. We in the building.
So what's up with you, man? How you been?
Just living.
Just living, just posted.
Just putting it together, man. That's one piece at a time.
Yeah, man. The puzzle of life. And I got with me the one and only
Big Pooh. No moniker.
No moniker. That's a moniker in itself. What's been up with you, man?
Same old shit, you know. Out here maintaining and petting these bitches like kitty cats.
Meow. Well, you know what we do here. This is an honest conversation about hip hop. We sit down every week and we go over the topics that, you know, maybe matter, maybe they don't, but they're certainly talked about. And again, we give you the rough, rugged, and the raw. So, Joyner Lucas is a very, I don't want to say controversial artist, but he's dropped songs that are very thought-provoking and whatnot. So, earlier this week, one of these joints leaked, featuring Eminem, and the name of the song was "What If I Was Gay," and basically, Joyner Lucas is is basically stating the mindset of someone who is a closeted homosexual who's about to come out, and then Eminem's verse is the friend who finds this out and then is angry only to later reveal that he's gay too. So, Kapone, was this something that needed to be penned, or do you think this was just something to get attention for both these gentlemen?
To get attention, you know, I mean, they're reaching, and I guess it's the thing to do nowadays, you know what I mean, as far as to clout chase, you know what I mean, and they're, I don't get it, because they're trying to open eyes to a community they don't know nothing about, you know what I mean, right. And I think that, you know, for the people that actually do live that life, they're not doing them a favor, you know what I mean,
yeah.
And I think they're kind of throwing them under the bus, you know, telling the story, you know, half truths, you know, behind it, you know, I mean, kind of like U.S. history, shit like that, you know. But
Columbus, huh?
You know, but they're reaching, you know, and I mean, honestly, they're not again doing it for the right cause. I think they're doing it just to, again, just get clout and get some recognition. You know, Joyner is an up and coming artist. He don't got it like that.
Yeah.
And Em is, you know, artist that's tailing off, so he's trying to do anything to stay relevant. So you know, it was yeah, it was what we call in the hood a hunger move. You know what I mean? They trying to get some steak, you know, on a hamburger budget.
What about you, Big Pooh? This Joyner and Em joint.
I don't know, man. It's weird because, like you said, in today's climate, the fastest way to garner attention is to say those three letters, G-A-Y. And it's funny though, because M was like gay bashing his entire early career.
Yeah.
But then he also dropped Stan, which was actually about a gay dude too. So, you know, I don't know, man. It do seem like some clout chasing type of shit, but at the same time, it's like we do know the gatekeepers are all, well, not all, but majority are assumed to be homosexual. Yeah, so maybe these niggas trying to open a new budget along with their asshole.
No, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think the gatekeepers are you know, endorsing this shit. You know what I mean? Because again, it's not authentic. You know what I mean? I can understand. If Homeboy would have did this shit, what's little country road cat or whatever, then you know it has some relevancy behind it, some truth. But again, these cats are just, you know, they trying to be Nas, but you know, without real tails. You know what I mean?
I think my thing is this: if he was really wanting to do this, why not get a gay dude to rap?
That's what I'm saying.
With you, and it doesn't even have to be Lil Nas X. Maybe there's another.
That was
maybe
an example.
Yeah,
you know?
maybe there's a doper, really
Franco
dope.
shit, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Maybe there's some unknown dude, and maybe this is how this dude comes out or whatever. But I agree with you. If you don't know the life, how can you talk about that? That dude who played that song, what if? Or he made a song, "What If I Was Black." We played it a couple months back, right? That shit's crazy. It's the same shit with this, with Joyner and Lucas. If you were not gay, you could have sat down, you could have interviewed a whole bunch of people, and let's say he did that to get his information.
What if the nigga is gay?
Then why not say that in the song?
Yeah. Why not live your truth? You
know, if
like
you're gonna go that
2019 and nobody gonna judge you. You know what I mean? Shit, Michael Sam kissed on national TV during the NFL draft, and that was years ago. And yeah, were we ready for it? Not really. But we accepted the shit. You know what I mean? The owners didn't fuck with it. He signed him. You know, he took that bold of a step. But you know what I mean? Like nobody say bad shit or negative shit about Michael Sam or wish him any bad. You know, so I mean, there's nothing to hide. You know what I mean?
Right. And I don't think he is. I just think this is something that he continues to do. He had the "I'm a Racist" song or whatever it was. So this is something that he does to garner attention. I just don't understand why Eminem needs to be the fuck on it.
You know what I mean? They had two different points of the reach. You know what I mean? One's on his way out and one's trying to get his way in. You know what I mean? So
and that seems to be the move. Like you said, Pooh, we didn't have a chance to talk about this, but the Tank situation. You know what I mean? That shit was crazy. You know, and it was like, why? Why would you say some shit?
Because Tank, I believe Tank is in the closet.
Well,
I mean,
I
not no more, motherfucker. Hey, somebody open that door.
I remember his Breakfast Club interview.
Oh, you're talking about getting his booty ate or whatnot?
Yeah, and all that type of shit. And then it was a girl that I know that has her own show. I'm not gonna shout her out. I'm not gonna do that. But she posted some shit where he commented on a homosexual person's IG post, and then a tranny came on there and basically exposed him on some shit. So
yeah,
he's a part of that community.
I mean, Malik Yoba now out here with the wildness saying, "Hey, I like women with breasts and penises." So I mean, society is definitely, for the most part, at least willing, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, of tolerating whatever your lifestyle is. It's not like it used to be where it was a lot. It was a lot harsher in the mainstream to live a certain way. Don't get it twisted. People are still dying because they're choosing lifestyles or because the color of the skin. That shit is still happening. So I'm not undermining any of that. But for certain segments of different, I guess populations of people who choose to identify with different shit, some shit is harder, where some shit is not for others. But it's not as bad as it once was. So I mean, again, if Joyner is gay, come out and fucking say it. It doesn't hurt your career at this point because you're not a star.
I don't think the nigga's gay. Like you said.
No, I don't think he is either.
Niggas like to rap over controversial topics.
Yeah, and that's who he is.
Introspective stuff. And I mean, in a sense, it's introspective, but it's just not authentic. You know what I mean? And that's
what make it look bad these days.
Well, of course, but this whole Hollywood shit, you know what I mean, is got motherfuckers sucked in. I mean, look at Tekashi. I'm a gangster and all that, but that's not the lifestyle he living. But everything is so fast and now, and you can be whoever the fuck you want to be on social media. You know what I mean?
That's real
shit. You flash $30,000, you know what I mean, and motherfuckers think you living the life. Shit, you going home to mama's couch that night and shit, and can't bring your girl over because mom's is tripping.
Yeah,
shit.
Right. She tired of you going to the studio. So, what y'all think about Suge selling his life rights to Ray J and Nick Cannon?
I think it's a Suge move. I mean, he's trapped. His money's down. He's looking at people who he feel like can make some shit happen for him. Honestly, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, you gotta. To be real with you, I know he got 28 years, but it would not surprise me if something happened where this nigga get out in 10 or 15. It's just something telling me that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it kind of feels like when you reach a certain celebrity status, which he was at one point, a mogul status, the rules are different. It just seems that way. And then on the heels of that, the bankruptcy shit with what's the name? I forgot the damn name. what's the cat that helped start Death Row that went to jail?
Harry O.
Harry O.
People filing bankruptcy, and then that, so the whole auctioning of Death Row and all that shit shouldn't have never happened, and all. It just seemed like all this shit just seemed coincidental, and something is going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, because that's a lot of money. $250 million. If that comes back to Death Row, I remember you had pointed that out to me a couple weeks back. I wonder how that changes things. The other thing is, does all that money come back to Suge with all the lawsuits and shit that are still floating out there?
Yeah.
Maybe some of the people, some of these artists who didn't get paid, some of the producers who didn't get paid, songwriters who didn't get paid, maybe they see some money. But are you going to support anything? Like, so I think Nick is writing the book. Ray J has the film and TV rights or whatever. So would anybody go see, would you see the Suge biopic?
Nah, I'm done with all that. And again, we talk about authenticity.
Yeah.
So Ray J can't tell me no shit about Death Row, and neither can Nick fucking Cannon. So I'm.
But I mean, if it's coming from Suge.
But I mean, I don't think it's gonna come from Suge. I mean, this was a lifeline move. I mean, unfortunately, as Pooh said, Suge is on a different element as anyone else on the streets getting locked up. But again, this is murder, man. He's done, bro. California don't fuck around with murderers. Unfortunately, my father
that
committed, committed this shit in the fucking early 80s, and granted parole, governor approved the shit, then the parole board went ahead and denied the shit because it was that easy. So they're Suge, if anything, is unfortunately gonna be made an example of, because of celebrity and not getting away from the shit. He got away with the shit earlier when he had the money, but unfortunately he doesn't have the money or the celebrity to go ahead and carry him and push him through. So I think he's done. And I mean, with Ray J and Nick Cannon, they were probably coming with the best budget, you know what I mean? And he's just like, fuck it, let me just take care of my family and, get some noodles and coffee, you know what I mean?
And I think that's why he's going to give up all the secrets, because he's done.
Yeah.
To me personally, I would watch it just because, like, we could see it from the MC's perspective. But if it's like some real authentic, like Suge shit, like shit that we haven't heard, because you really don't hear shit about Suge.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I watched fucking White Boy Rick, and he's a fucking rat.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And I already knew the story. I watched
fellas shit.
I watched Dre sock a Death Row nigga in the MWA movie when I know that shit ain't never happened. So it's all entertainment at this point. With Suge, like you said, these laws are kind of fucked up. I don't know the laws. He took a plea. I don't know if pleas can be reversed or how that shit works, or if money, if he can grease somebody's fucking pockets in the back room. I don't know how that shit works. Yeah. But I do know $250 million moves mountains. Yeah. So you never know. But you know.
No, that's real spit. I'm just real interested in it, because if Suge does think he's done, then there's no better way than to have Nick Cannon write the book first, and then Ray J adapts the book into the movie. So Nick gets paid, Suge gets paid. He's already been paid for selling his rights. And then I'm pretty sure he's going to get paid from whatever Nick and them do. And they get paid off the movie, So I can see it.
It sounds backwards. Like, you should let Nick do the movie. He's the one with all the industry connections as far as, like, production and all that. Because he's the one picking up on the Dr. Sebi shit.
Well, if you think about it.
Got dropped, didn't it?
Then if you think about it, Ray J has hella TV connections now.
Yeah.
So this is not anything that is going to be a big movie thing. You know what I mean? This will be some VH1 type level shit.
But if you think about it, they both got the same connections because of Viacom. They both got the Viacom.
Right. But Nick has to a much higher degree than Ray J does. But to your point, it might have been smart to go. But maybe Nick doesn't want to touch that type of project on his and fuck up his film and TV resume as far as what he's doing now, because Nick, he's got some new shit coming out where it's a basketball playing chick or whatever and the trailer looks horrible. Chris Brown is in it. Like, that is, so you know what, let me walk back, because he's putting out that shit, then he's definitely should have jumped on the Suge Knight documentary.
Because in the last couple years I've been watching Nick from afar. He's in, like, not to throw this out there on a negative way, but he's definitely embracing his Damu upbringing. I guess Pop's the OG, from down there in
more and
more.
It's
more and more. Like, I seen that picture with Chris Brown and a bunch of LA niggas with red rags and shit on, like, about a year or so ago, and I was like, what the fuck is this? So it was for that Inglewood movie.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Where he's like the coach or
he's a former player. He gets shot in Inglewood. Some random white girl in Inglewood.
If he's willing to do that, then maybe so. But you know what? And rather than doing a feature film or some shit like that, if he could put together like a dope Suge doc where he can actually get people who we haven't seen give their opinion, like we just seen the Mob James, like people like that to actually speak, then it's worth, you know, some Netflix type shit.
Or they can do like what they did with the New Edition and fuck a movie, just do the miniseries or whatever and get that, you know what I mean?
I don't even want to see that. The shit I want to see, I want to see old Suge.
What you want to see? We just talk about maximizing their dollar.
No, that's what I'm saying. I want to see old Suge in a fucking orange jumpsuit on like some HBO style. What was that shit? The Iceman? Did you ever see the Iceman?
Yeah, interview.
And he's just talking about the shit that went down.
Like just straight from the horse's mouth.
I want to see him say some crazy shit and crack that evil smile he used to, like, yeah, yeah, you didn't know Puffy was doing this, right? Like, I want to hear that type of shit. Yeah, like that Jimmy Kimmel shit. That's the shit I want to see, because that is, unfortunately, I think the only way we gonna really believe it. Because I think if it's told any other way, it's going to be secondhand information. We want to see...
Niggas want to hear and see the villain.
Yes, we want to see the villain one more time.
See, but then again, I mean, he's going to sell the shit for TV, you know what I mean? You talking about a reality, you know, fucking show store with Ray J, you know what I mean? And then, you know, Nick Cannon kind of played a politically correct role. I think they gonna have Suge hype it, if anything. I don't think that shit will be real. You know what I mean? I just think.
No, I think it's gonna end up being.
I think he go Tekashi it. You know what I mean? And make it bigger than what it is.
See, I think another thing is because him and Ray J have a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, remember at one point Ray J was on the second wave of the road.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. To me, it's kind of, even though these niggas ain't frontliners, I think it's ironic that both niggas he chose are quote unquote bloods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. But it's so PC out here these days. Like a lot of motherfuckers, even though they wasn't personally affected by Suge, won't support the shit because Suge is a villain. But like you said, if he dropped some villainous, like this is what it was. And
2-night interview on HBO, that would do numbers.
Yeah. I will watch it because I want to hear the authentic real shit. Like when the homie like backhanded corrupt and all that.
Yeah. That's the shit. That's the shit we want to hear about.
That shit'll be
the trailer would be him describing what happened and then fade into something else. Yeah, like the time I put in the closet. You know what I mean? Like Suge tells all. You know what I mean? Like he ain't got nothing else to lose. You know what I mean?
Got pissed on and shit like that.
He made niggas drink piss.
All kinds of crazy shit,
that
man.
type of shit. It's always been secondhand. If it came from the fucking horse's mouth, like he said, hey, niggas can do nothing but watch that shit. I watch Vlad TV and listen to old gangster tales all the fucking time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From niggas I don't know.
I got a hypothetical.
Okay.
Whose career would be most affected by this shit if this motherfucker came with a tell-all?
Only a real celebrity. Pac is dead, so
it would have to be probably either Dre or Puffy.
Yeah.
One of those
it would probably be Dre or Puffy. You know what I mean?
You think he got some shit on Snoop? You think we would look at Snoop differently if them stories came out?
I think because Snoop is so beloved that he could turn his back on hip hop right now and still be viable.
True that.
Because musically, he's not really hot. Mm-hmm. He's, you know, people check his music out because of he's legendary status. But it's not like people are waiting for new Snoop shit other than his fans. So he could just stop making music and still continue to do his shit. So I don't think that affects him in that way. A Puffy or a Dre, where, you know, to these younger kids who support they need whenever they drop a project, are going to look at them differently. They're not going to give the fuck about the legacy. They're going to, oh, he's a snitch, or, you know, that happened, oh, that's nasty, or whatever.
I'm just a, old school death row purist. I want to hear about Danny Boy beating niggas up, even though he was gay and all this type, like the shit that he said he did. Like he had hands. Like, I want to hear this shit. I want to know who the fuck got beat up by Danny Boy. You know what I mean? As far as Suge punking everybody, like, we've known this shit for 20 plus years. So it's kind of like, it really won't be like some groundbreaking shit because we know all them niggas getting punked.
It just be confirmation.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I want to hear this shit, like, DJ Quick getting locked in the closet or all this type of shit that's supposed to happen. That type of, like, I want to hear it. Like, if it's controversial, controversy always sells. Like you said, that right there would be groundbreaking.
Yeah, it definitely would, and you could do it on HBO. Nice little documentary film shit. You know what I mean? Make it look legit rather than trying to find somebody who looked like me, only taller, to play this nigga on the movie. You know what I mean? You know, it'd be horribly acted and shit like that. You know, yo, is that little Kim? Like, they always got to announce who the fucking person is who's coming. That's how horribly acted.
I know
it
this
is.
shit sound corny, but call that shit Simon Says, because he's telling all.
He's telling all.
Yeah,
There you go.
Should
Night 2-day event hosted by Nick Cannon. Simon Says. What up, OG? So who really slapped Dre? Oh, well, that's funny. You know, give him a little cigar, one last little cigar, chilling. You know what I mean? Yeah. Come on, man. I'm there. I'm watching.
You right. Hey, some shit like that, I'm all for it.
So, what do you think about all that noise that Whack 100 was talking about? Nipsey deserved to get murked in the whole nine, and then I guess what's his name? Pooh. Oh man.
Big U, right?
Yeah, Big U called him and he got at him, and he had to go ahead and apologize for saying what he said and ruffling feathers and shit.
You know what? I didn't hear that. I heard about what he said, and the Big U called him, but I never heard. Okay, when I looked at Whack shit, he was talking about like some health shit. I didn't actually hear about Big U checking him. But what he said about Nipsey, I agree to a certain extent, and this ain't even no hate towards Nip.
It's street shit.
It's street shit. Like if you gonna do that, you gotta be prepared for the repercussions. Mm-hmm. So that's basically all he was saying. He's so hated, niggas ain't giving him the benefit of the doubt. Excuse me. And there's so many Nipsey stands out there. Like, I like Nipsey's music from the shit I heard. I've never been a fan, but it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not gonna hate on the man's legacy. I'm not gonna hate on any of that because he made a bigger impact than I ever thought he would. Like, it's like I could have swore this nigga got nailed on a fucking cross. That's what he's treated, and that's not me being blasphemous, but real shit. Like, he's a legend. Like, that. I'm veering off subject, but I just feel like that legend word is just thrown around way too loosely. Like, for instance, when John Witherspoon just died and Instagram and everything blew up for a day, rest in peace. That's a comedic legend that we can all relate to. But these niggas that's been around for a couple of years, they might have been popping in their section. Like, to say that these people are legends, come on, man.
Yeah.
I just don't agree. But with the Whack shit, I do agree to a certain extent. If you going by street law, he's right. If you going by industry law, then maybe he's a little too insensitive. But I didn't hear about the Big U shit. When I went to go listen to this shit, he was talking about he's supposed to be eating right and this and that. And, on my own personal like search of seeing shit, I seen like niggas talking about Nipsey dying, and I saw Big U and them niggas laughing. So his own hood niggas laughing. So I really don't know how that shit goes.
Yeah, I seen that video too. But yeah, so he posted, I think it was on his Instagram or something like, "Aha, y'all won." Big U called and what he said, talk to me, or he said something, scolded me or whatever. Y'all won or whatever, yada yada yada, or whatnot.
Did you finish the video?
Nah.
He was talking about fucking vegetables.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I just saw the Instagram post. I didn't see
that's what I'm
vegetable.
saying.
Yeah,
he's eating like a bacon sandwich, and he said, "Big U scolding me about I'm out here on the road. We getting older. We not eating good. I don't eat my greens. So here, Big U." He pulled out like a fucking plastic bottle of like some blended up green shit that you could buy over the counter. Like, see, I'm getting my greens now, and that's all it was. I was like, man, these niggas out here just clowning.
Okay, I thought there was some real shit he had said though, because he said, he called me. Haha, you guys won is what he said. Big U called me.
This shit is all bullshit.
So them niggas is
manipulate.
So they just well, I mean, really, they being low key super disrespectful.
Yeah, really.
They laughing at the murder of Nip is pretty much what they're doing by saying that.
Just because I think that they took it out of context. But this street shit, bro. I mean, you can't do nothing without paper. I mean, at least on the West. In the East, it's fucking any man for himself. Back there, they do shit differently out there. But on the West, you can't make an assumption unless you got paperwork. And if somebody make an assumption on your name, you got to react to it. So I understand what Wack is saying. That I mean, shit, that shit's validated, bro. Because you can't be doing that shit, man.
But is it tasteless to say something before the facts are out there? Like, a trial's gonna happen, we think, and through that trial, most likely we're gonna find out what really happened. So until that time, is it inappropriate to comment, or, you know, because I mean, I guess this occurred when he was on some show, you know, and they were talking to him and letting him run, and he just said something that he really didn't need to say.
What happened was some nigga from San Diego called him on the phone, and he talking like how me and you would talk, and the nigga was recording the conversation. So that's what happened.
He didn't know.
Yeah, he didn't know he was being recorded.
Okay, I saw a clip where it was like two dudes on the internet who were interviewing him, and he was just running his mouth, you know, talking about it or whatever. He was on, you could tell he was driving or whatever, because they were trying to cut him off, and he's like, no, listen, or whatnot.
Because, you know, it was a lot of things that happened after the initial.
Right.
Look, to be real with you, though, he's so cool with Big U and them, and, you know, I don't have no knowledge of this shit. It just seemed like it's more to this story than we know, and it kind of seemed like the 6-0s, quote unquote, because they've been real quiet about the Nip shit. It seemed like it's some shit that's
in-house.
He got killed by a nigga from 60.
So
that's
definitely
in-house.
No, but do you think the plan is you know, was orchestrated in-house rather than what they're telling us?
I can't say that, but I can say that it may have been a little deeper. Like I put it like this: the loss wasn't as bad as it's depicted to be. Like, you know, even though they didn't make that shit happen, it's like he's gone. Oh well. Because there was a point where I don't even know the reasoning behind it, but I do remember a few years back where that nigga brother shot at Big U. Niggas don't forget that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I said, that's hood politics. I really don't know much about that, but it just seemed like niggas been a little too loosey goosey about that shit, and there is no repercussions of niggas talking about. Have you ever seen any nigga step up yet, and besides the regular nigga on Instagram or something that take offense to niggas talking about Nipsey? No. Other than that, there hasn't been any public like niggas stand out like y'all niggas ain't about to do this, and like it hasn't happened.
Right.
It hasn't happened, and it's kind of strange to me.
Yeah, definitely it is. It definitely is, and hopefully when this trial goes down, we'll get more information. I just think that now that you bring it up, Pooh, and you know, detail how orchestrated it seems that whole situation was, it just sounds like they're really just continuing to kick dirt on his name.
It definitely seems like it. It definitely. And I'm gonna tell you another thing, because everybody knows snitching, this street shit, street that. Has Eric Blocker been, or Shitty Cuz, whatever you want to call him, has he been convicted of a crime?
No.
So why the fuck is niggas saying he did it or this nigga did it, he deserved to die and this and that? Like, nigga, y'all snitching too.
Right.
You know, I mean, I even seen a nigga for 6-0 talking about that nigga middle name should be Dick. His name should be Eric Dick Blocker. Like, for killing the homie. And like, nigga, you dry snitching. Yeah. It's some real, like, niggas is real funny about these street laws. That's why I don't respect none of this bullshit.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, well, I'm gonna use it. It's gonna apply to me when it's in my favor.
Yeah.
But when it's not, then, you know, it doesn't apply to me. So I don't know. That's definitely some weird shit to talk about. Speaking of weird shit, have you ever cried after eating something? Rick Ross just set back Fat Brothers. I don't know, 56 years, I think. He's on Instagram. His gourmet chef makes him lemon pepper wings, the worst fucking selection of wings. And he fucking sheds a tear and starts crying and thanks the chef. So two of us at this table might be classified as fat boys. The other cat is not, in my opinion. I've never cried after eating something. No food, no pussy, no nothing. I've never cried.
Look, I might not be classified as a fat boy, but I had a stroke from eating bad, so fuck it. I'm king fat over here.
You bad diet fat.
Look, I didn't been like a child where like you got like that bouncy energy, like you biting some good, like, oh shit, that shit is fire.
Yeah, okay.
But to shed a tear?
Yeah, it was a whole tear. It looked like a crying whale eye and shit.
Free Willy and shit.
I was like, damn, let that man go. And then like when I know that people love lemon pepper wings. I think they're trash. I think you agree. All three of us agree that they're trash, right? I just don't understand it, man.
Yeah, I don't get it. Real shit. I like my wings moist. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like sauce. Like when I first tried that shit, like man, this shit is hype. Like then I see niggas talking about you got to eat lemon pepper wings with ginger ale. Like that shit goes. I'm like,
yeah, that's just too much. That's too much.
Yeah, you got to do that now.
Yeah, that's. I like I said, the wings moist, sauced up are pretty fire. I just had what's that shit? Buffalo Wild Wings for the first time a couple months back. Yeah, I was a little disappointed. People were like, "Oh, we're going to B-dubs and all this type of shit," and then I had some and I was like, "Yeah, this shit's not that dope."
Yeah. Well, anytime you can get a fucking wing for 50 cents, you know
yeah, I mean? That's a problem. Yeah.
It's not quality, bro. You know, they just do that to get faded, and I mean, it's just a trendy spot. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I prefer little spots. You know, mom and pops for the wings. You know what I mean?
That's real spit.
So the game, new song, Stainless, featuring Anderson .Paak. Not sure who it's produced by, but it's the production.
Quick.
I don't know. It sounded pretty dope though.
Yeah, it was dope. The production and the production and Anderson on the hook were dope. In my opinion, I'm gonna go to you, Son Kapone. How do you feel about the first single off Game's? I think it's 9th record, Stainless.
I mean, he does what Game does. So the Game stands. They'll probably be on that shit. You know what I mean? Like me personally, I don't like it because it's the same Game verse he wrote in 2006. You know, he's just updating information. That's all it is, and snitching on everybody and name dropping. So I can't fuck with it. But I've never been a fan of Game anyway, just because I've never learned nothing that I never knew listening to him. So
yeah, he didn't really enlighten you. What about you? Pyru Poo.
Man, it's how can I say it?
JCR.
I guess the words are different, but it's like how can I say it? It doesn't have rewind factor. I'm a big rewind factor type person. It's like it's the typical Game. Like it ain't garbage, but it ain't outstanding. Like I've heard that level of shit from him all the time, and I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's whack, but it's like, damn, a nigga like it's like a nigga that fuck his baby mama because he can't get pussy elsewhere. You can go back to the well whenever when times get hard, like you go back to old reliable. That's what it seems like to me.
Hey, big head.
we all been there. Niggas didn't took baby mama down when times get tough. This how this nigga doing with his music. Like, man, nigga didn't heard this shit 1,000 times. Like, you'd have been rapping 15, damn near 20 years, and you ain't elevated yet. Like, it's the same old shit. It's like I don't know if niggas are still supporting this shit. Like,
how many times is he gonna tell someone to run up on his car? Like, he just said that in the new shit. I heard that, run up on my Lambo. It's like, so you're right. It's like the recycled shit.
It's the same. Like, you said that same shit in other ways 15 years ago when niggas had first heard it. Like, oh shit, okay, it's cool shit. But now it's like 15 years later, nigga, like the only running you should be doing is from them fires burning y'all niggas the fuck out the mills, nigga.
Man, he's in a tough spot too, man, because he got that $7 million judgment against him. Homegirl gets to basically get all of his cash until that debt is paid up.
Well, support the single people.
And
Game pay that whole.
I mean, I don't see $7 million in revenue musically from the Game. Hopefully, he's got some shit outside of music, but I don't see him. Not his records. We're saying the money he's going to make from the records. I don't really see him getting that type of paper. I could be wrong.
I know early on he had like I'm talking about early on.
Yeah,
he was spending all his money like buying like Jack in the Boxes and shit like that. So I don't know what he got tucked in the cut, but
right,
probably his brother's name or something.
Yeah,
like
what I mean,
$7
million is still a lot of money though.
Yeah, and obviously he doesn't have access to that money, or else she wouldn't have been able to take money from his music. Because if he had the money to pay it, she would just have come after his bank accounts like they tried to do Birdman.
You ain't going to pay it. I mean, I don't care how much. Bill Gates wasn't going to pay no $7 million. You know what I mean? In a judgment, motherfuckers going to try to wiggle out of that shit. So
right, but we've never heard anybody where they're like, all right, you know what, Birdman, you owe me some money, so we're coming for your music. You know, they're always trying to get the dollar. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he must have not had anything. Where these other folks have the money and they can keep the litigation.
You don't hold no liquid. You don't hold no money. You know what I mean? Because then, because it could have been $7 million, but if this dipshit would have had $21 million in the account, she probably got 15. You know what I mean? Like, so it's whatever's available. And them lawyers, they're like sharks with blood in the water. They, that money's available. They sniffing it and ready to attack.
Do you think Game leaving Aftermath and going solo was the worst mistake he made in his career? Do you think if he would have stayed with Aftermath, he would have been a bigger artist?
I think maybe he could have been bigger but at the same time, I can't say that was a bad move because shit, we 15 years in and he's still quote unquote relevant. Right. So it really wasn't that. Whereas the rest of them shady Aftermath niggas, I don't even give a fuck who it is. Like Busta Rhymes and Eve and
Joel Ortiz,
fucking
nobody's
50 Cent, Young Buck, Lloyd Banks, Tony Ayo, all them niggas is irrelevant. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't been on here talking about none of they singles. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
It kind of means something. So maybe it's because he has the coast to himself, where he was able to do it because he had the backing, and it just so happened when he went against 50 Cent. 50 Cent had his neck on all the New York niggas' back. I mean, his foot on all the New York niggas' necks. So when Game started dissing, everybody just jumped with him, and it kind of worked itself out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he would have got on 50 Cent early on before he beefed with the Locks and Fat Joe and everybody else. Maybe the shit wouldn't have worked. But since everybody was already hating 50,
he was kind of like the nail in the coffin.
Exactly. I think it kind of worked that way.
Yeah. I think he had a lot of potential, and I didn't think it panned out to where it should have went to. And I don't know if that was just some of the shit he got himself into over the years, or antics, or whatever, or just the fact that
I said before, I think the nigga's retarded. That's not me being fun, not like mentally like retarded, but like, what I mean, coming from that environment, growing up that way before a nigga moved on, like, niggas is like really fucking slow. Like I can say that shit confidently because I got homeboys. These niggas, like, their comprehension is just kind of fucked up.
It's different.
It's different. And he, just because a nigga got money in his pocket, you still come from that environment. You still got the same way of thinking. Like YG, you can't explain that motherfucker. He's fucking retarded.
No.
I'm just saying.
It is what it is. Who's De La Soul?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that's some real shit, man. It's unfortunate though, but yeah, that is something that is definitely prevalent and real spit there.
Hey, like I said, I can say this. I don't give a fuck. You don't know me, nigga. You don't know what I didn't survive, nigga. And I can say it like this, nigga. I got Compton on my birth certificate. If I go to the Social Security building, they say where were you born? I say Compton, and they give me my new card and everything. I can speak on this shit because I know.
That real deal Holyfield.
Real deal.
Yes, sir. So, man, what's going on in sports, man? Let's talk some sports real quick, fellas.
Hey, no.
Fucking Niners. How the fuck that happened?
I only expected 8 wins on the season, so I'm playing with house money now.
How the fuck did that happen?
No, man, it's good defense, good solid defense, great ball control. Garoppolo had the game of the season last night. He put up stats. I mean, it was against Arizona, but he finally put up a fantasy football worthy stat performance as far as 3-4 touchdowns and 300 yards. So I mean, they doing it the right way. They went back to the Jim Harbaugh shit, run the ball. And I think Shanahan is a little more elaborate with the playbook than Harbaugh.
Definitely.
And they got a great tight end. So I mean, shit. Until they play somebody tough, and I don't think, unless they play like Minnesota or Green Bay.
Yeah, I think they got Green Bay coming up.
Then we'll see. We'll see how good they are if they can bang with them. I mean, they're definitely in the playoffs. I don't know how deep of a run they're gonna go, but shit, they turned it around. I ain't mad at them.
Yeah, we got Seattle next week. If we beat Seattle, then we beaten every team in our division already. We already got the Rams once in LA. I'm not sure if we're on the road in Seattle, but I know we're on the road in Arizona. And I know we got Seattle next week, followed by Arizona coming to us, which I just don't see them winning in Santa Clara. And we came and got the Rams in LA, so they got to play us in Santa Clara. The way it looks for my team is if you don't have a deep threat, somebody that can take the top off the defense, you don't got a chance to beat us. Because Sherman and them are just squatting on all the short routes. You know what I mean? And if and what happens, like they say, if you can pressure the passer, it helps the secondary. If you notice, like the quarterbacks are in fear because our D line so much pressure. We got 5 first rounders up front. Yeah, you know what I mean, and that's what it is an extra second for the secondary, like where they don't have to cover as long. And I really feel like that's it. And when it all boils down to it, just great GM. Even though Lynch is young as a GM, we've been building through the draft. Our drafts are always ugly and boring because we don't draft skill players. Yeah, they build in the trenches. The last time when Harbaugh was there, we did it on the O line. This time around, we did it on the D line, and it's working so far. You know, I don't see us winning the Super Bowl. I'm not one of these fantasy type niggas, but I think we should go pretty far. Don't hold it against me if we win. I'm just being a realist.
Yeah. But what do you think about one thing that I did see Arizona kind of expose, and I really haven't seen too many of y'all games, but Arizona kind of exposed y'all. I think where they fucked up is they fell behind early, but where they exposed y'all is Kenyon Drake getting all them yards and shit rushing. Like they ran at y'all, and I didn't see too many teams go at y'all. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think about teams with good old line and, you know, a back that they'll be patient with the running game and slow your offense up?
Seattle.
I mean, I look at it like this. Honestly, I feel like it was a classic case of being on a short week, being on the road, and overlooking Arizona because we got Seattle the following week.
Right.
Because honestly, power running straight up the gut. We played that shit last week with Carolina and shut the shit completely down. Yeah. So I'm not really worried about that because McCaffrey, as good as he's been this year, he's been in the MVP level. We stopped him. So I'm not really worried about it. Now, Seattle may be a little different because what happened yesterday was we played a team where a quarterback was mobile enough. Even though we got him a couple of times, he can extend plays. Russell Wilson can extend plays. And they also have deep threats. So if there's going to be a team that can do it, it'll be a team like Seattle. A team like Dallas, I'm not really worried about. New Orleans has no speed. I'm not worried about them. Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. Michael Thomas is he's a possession receiver. When have you ever seen Michael Thomas catch a 70-yard bomb?
He catch not. But you're gonna see him go for 140 every fucking weekend.
Okay, so who else do they have?
I mean, Michael Thomas. You got shit. Latavius Murray's balling now. Kamara.
I'm talking about in the receiving corps.
I mean, shit. All you need is Michael Thomas.
They got Ted Ginn. I'm not saying he's dope.
But you think Michael Thomas alone can beat the 49ers?
Hey, the motherfuckers go to the playoffs.
I don't see it. And we played them in the regular season, so we're gonna see. I don't think so because like if we
these motherfuckers are undefeated with Teddy Bridgewater.
That's because Teddy Bridgewater is like Drew Brees. He doesn't force the ball down the field. He's just an efficient quarterback. He throws the ball laterally. He doesn't throw it upfield.
Of course. And that's what their strengths is. You know what I mean? Like, this ball control, move the fucking ball. Like, they going to get downfield. You know what I mean? They going to get downfield, and it's about scoring points. Now, like, y'all ain't been in a fucking shootout. You know what I mean? Like, it's either y'all dominate or, you know.
Or we blow them out.
That's it.
But I'm gonna tell you what we do have.
You're not going against a potent offense, other than, you know, and we can't even see the Rams because the Rams they're fucking shaky. The Rams are figured out, and the Rams are in trouble. But what other potent offense have you guys played?
I mean,
Carolina. Yeah, I mean
you're
bragging about Carolina, but them motherfuckers got a rookie fucking quarterback playing.
But he hadn't thrown an interception in the 4 games previous.
Yeah, but I mean, again, who is he playing? Again, it comes to who he's playing and what he's doing it against.
I mean, all right, well, let's say this: who has a potent offense in the NFL?
The potent offense?
Name me a potent offense other than
like Kansas City. I want to see y'all fuck around and play Minnesota because Minnesota's on that basic run the fucking ball. Y'all whole setup is off of Minnesota. Other than Kittle is better than fucking homeboy
Rudolph.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put you like this. As good as Minnesota is, they're good when no one's looking. Tell me have you ever seen Minnesota do anything prime time?
But again, that's y'all. Y'all are doing shit when nobody's looking.
No,
but y'all ain't had a big matchup.
I mean, that's not
Your
what I'm talking
biggest
about.
matchup is the backup quarterback in Carolina.
What I'm talking about is this.
And Carolina didn't make the playoffs last year. Y'all ain't beat a playoff team.
Kirk Cousins doesn't even. This is what I'm saying about Minnesota. Kirk Cousins doesn't perform when the lights is bright.
Of course,
he doesn't perform.
Of course.
So I'm not really worried about Minnesota. Not like that. It's just like I told you earlier. There's going to be a team that we don't expect that's going to get us. Like
that's the NFL.
Yeah. You know, we could go 12-4, fucking 13-3, going undefeated. Is that's fucking not going to happen.
To the Jets or Miami or some bullshit.
So this is our strength. We get motherfuckers off the field on third down. I think we lead the league in that. Like third down, that's the thing with like what I'm saying about a team having a deep threat, where they can score in 2 plays. If you got to drive the ball 10, 12 plays on us, the chances of you beating us, you gonna get us maybe a couple of times, but to sustain that shit for 4 quarters, I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, so Niners have a little tough schedule coming up.
Yeah, we got a tough schedule.
Talk about it. Well, let's talk. Let's go over who the fuck they play.
Okay, we'll go over who they play.
Let's run that real quick.
We'll start off. I'll give scores too. They opened up with Buccaneers. They beat them 31-17.
But they can score though.
Bengals 41-17.
Terrible quarterback.
Steelers 24-20.
Ben was hurt.
Browns 31-3.
Terrible quarterback.
Rams 20-7.
I would say mediocre quarterback. I wouldn't say great, but mediocre.
The Redskins 9-0.
Yes.
That was a rain game.
Panthers 51-13. And Cardinals, we know 28-25. So we have
So let's get into
we got the Seahawks.
Meat and taters.
This is in Frisco.
All right, so at home.
Followed by the Cards at home. Packers at home.
That's gonna be a good one.
Going to Baltimore.
Oof, that's gonna be good.
Going to New Orleans.
In the dome.
Falcons in San Francisco.
So, yeah.
I remember a few months ago you was talking about going to see the Niners.
I wanted to see that, man. There's no, I'm not wasting my money to see my boys get murdered 38-5.
That could be the fucking game. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a nobody that's gonna get us.
You know what? I'll be pissed.
Well, I think y'all will have an L before.
In typical Atlanta Falcon fashion, we'll probably somehow fuck up our draft position and beat these niggas, and then pick 7th. The Rams after Atlanta, and then the last game is Seattle
again
at Seattle.
It's definitely like all that. We ain't playing nobody shit. We gonna,
but y'all should win with that schedule pool. I'll say at least y'all got 10 wins because y'all gonna get the Cardinals.
So you think we're gonna go 2-6 down the stretch? I say minimum 4-4.
Nah, y'all ain't going 500 because y'all are playing good quarterback. Y'all motherfuckers is playing against drunken Millers and shit like
These
that.
motherfuckers drunk. Shout out to Jim Drunken
Rico
Miller
and shit, man.
But look, this is the thing. Who's gonna stop us?
All right.
Bro,
so Simon, let me ask you.
You guys run. I mean, like, dude.
But who stopped our run yet? Who stopped our run?
What killer defense have you played?
Well, man, we played. Look, it's the NFL. It doesn't matter about killer defense. If all these teams are so garbage, why aren't other teams 8-0? Still the NFL.
So let's talk about it in
other
depth.
Teams are playing each other.
So that Seattle game. Simon, who you taking? Seahawks or Niners?
No, I'm taking the Seahawks.
Who?
It's in Frisco?
No,
it's in Frisco.
Levi Stadium.
You taking the Niners? Okay. Cardinals again this time with at Frisco.
That's one of the 2 wins they're going to get the rest of the season.
Packers in Frisco.
No, they not beating Rodgers.
Look, I think it'll be a hard game if what's his name, Parker?
Yeah.
If Parker's back, I think it'll be hard because he's the deep threat.
He's back.
But
Devontae
Adams.
Yeah.
I think we beat Green Bay because their defense is trash.
Okay.
They're not trash this year.
They're
not trash. They're good this year.
No, they're not good. They're opportunistic. Look, they make plays as far as like turnovers, but you can gash them. I've watched Green Bay games. Like, this is the thing.
But y'all not gashing. Y'all is on hut height 3-yard games.
Man, but this is what you
just run. That's all it is.
You haven't seen our games. Our running backs are explosive. If you give them a crease, they'll take 60, 70 yards, or even Breida.
Yeah.
They'll go 70, 80 yards on you.
But I've seen them motherfuckers twisted up too and out for 4 weeks.
But look,
and done. So you touch them, it's a wrap.
This year they ain't done. The nigga we signed,
Bro,
McKinnon.
y'all man, switched around. Who's Jeff Wilson? That motherfucker was on the practice squad playing for y'all, getting goal line runs and shit like that. This motherfucker was on the practice squad, fool.
Okay, well,
that was the only motherfucker y'all had available other than Icky Woods and shit.
Okay, well,
coming from Fresno.
Well, you know what? Let me say this. I know we're gonna get back to the schedule. Over the past 4 or 5 weeks, well, shit, I could say 6, but I'll say 4 or 5, just because of the both of them. We've been without our starting left and right tackle the entire season and haven't lost a game. And Joe Staley, whatever the fuck his name is still one of the top left tackles in the NFL. We're getting him back. Yeah. So we're going to improve down the stretch with our O-line getting better. We've been gashing niggas with backups.
So we got the Ravens. So this is in Baltimore. Can they solve Lamar Jackson?
Well,
I'll let him go first.
I think it's that one is iffy. And it would being in Baltimore, I think the one thing that might be in Baltimore's favor where they have the upper hand is the weather. Because it's November and it's getting colder, so that might fuck them up. But I mean, they're in essence, I don't know. I'd probably go with Baltimore because I just think Lamar Jackson does more to seal victories. You know what I mean? Garoppolo kind of had shit handed to him, and the running backs are the ones carrying the load as of now.
What do you think, Pooh?
I'm a little scared of Lamar just because it's a wild card. When you can scheme for any team, but when you have a quarterback that can create after the fact,
yeah.
But I can't sit here and I'm optimistic in every game. I feel like we can beat any team, but I know we're gonna drop one, so I can't say. But I can say this: our team was smart enough to know that everyone knows all we do is run. If you notice, the little nigga, I'm blanking on his name.
Breida?
No, the little nigga from Denver. He's
Sanders.
Yeah. Our offense opened up with him being a part of the receiver core. That was our weakness, not having a go-to receiver. Our offense looked totally different with him. So I'm optimistic. I really believe we will probably drop either Green Bay or Baltimore, but I have a feeling we'll beat Green Bay and maybe drop Baltimore.
Okay. Going to New Orleans, the Saints.
They're hard to beat at home. I know that dome is loud.
Yeah.
I feel like if our pass rush can get Drew Brees off his spot, we'll beat them.
Simon?
That ain't happening. They're not getting him off his spot.
Who's
1, 2, 3 throw? 1, 2, 3
who's
throw.
beating them already? See, that's the thing. You could say all of our weaknesses, but every team we play has lost to a team already. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like they're unbeatable. And the teams they lost to aren't as good as us. That's just being honest.
Nah.
Falcons.
No. You look at the combined records and shit. You know what I mean? I think the teams that you guys played, Pool, what is it, week 9? Or it's week 9 now, so there's 8 games played. And I think the teams that y'all played got a total win record of, I think it's 6 or some shit like that.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't think anybody's over 500 that they beat. Are the Rams 500?
I think they're at 5.
They're at 500, okay. So the Rams are at 500.
It's true. We haven't,
but it's on the schedule. To your defense, you got to play the games.
Look, how many teams has played teams that they should have beat and lost?
Right.
A win is a win in the NFL. For instance, the Cowboys lost to the fucking winless Jets. And the Cowboys are talented. I'm scared. Yeah. Honestly, I fear Dallas more than I feel New Orleans, just because they're more explosive.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Real shit.
I don't think so.
Because look, like you said yourself, Kamara's been out. You think we worried about stiff-ass Latavius Murray? We'll fuck him off. He can't... Look.
Bro, y'all let Kenyon Drake run all over y'all.
Man, Kenyon Drake is a 4'3" speedy back.
And Latavius Murray is 6'3", 240, running 4'3".
Man, but Latavius Murray...
And averaging 100... Or what did he get, 200 yards last week? 200 yards combined.
Look, I'm not worried about Latavius. Latavius Murray has been basic. Look...
y'all lost your linebacker. You're not speaking on that.
It doesn't matter. We got to look. It does matter. But
Matt Millen coming back to play and shit to fill in the gap.
Have you realized, nigga, we got the best defensive line in the NFL, bar none. It's not even close.
Well, when you're playing Andy Dalton, you can do some real shit. You know what I mean?
Look, we got 5 niggas up front that got first round grades. That shit means something. We got D line. Come on, man. Our D line is top notch. Look, Latavius Murray's good. I'm not gonna take that away from him, but I fear niggas like Kamara more than a stiff, straight up back, because running at us is not going to get us. But a shifty pass receiving back like Drake last night, that's what Kamara is, but to the next level. That kind of guy can beat us because he can get us in space. I'm not really worried about a one-dimensional running back.
Kamara will be healthy by the time he plays.
I fear him more. Like, to say Latavius Murray, man, I'm not fucking worried about Latavius Murray.
I'm just saying.
If we shut down Christian McCaffrey, you don't think we can shut down Latavius Murray?
That's what I'm saying. And you're saying the shifty backs you fear with Christian McCaffrey is shifty, but you know what I mean. Like I said, if I'm telling you, Zeke would fuck y'all up more than McCaffrey or who's another little, like Dalvin Cook or somebody little like that. But Zeke, Zeke.
So a back that's more physical, basically.
More physical and just eating.
We played him.
Who?
And we stopped him.
Who? Joe Mixon?
Look,
who did Cleveland have?
Cleveland got fucking
Chubb,
and he's balling and he's physical. We stopped Chubb.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody's stopping Chubb and Cleveland. You gotta convert.
Did you see what?
You gotta convert on third down, and fucking Baker Mayfield is not that dude converting on third down. How do you extend the drives when you can't convert on third down?
Okay, well, answer me this then. Since you saying we're gonna get beat down by Baltimore and all this other shit, didn't Nick Chubb run for fucking like 200 yards? Powered off Baker, them fucked them niggas over like they was the Raiders.
Who, Baltimore?
Like, Baltimore.
But that's a divisional game, so they know each other like that.
Okay, so last night wasn't the divisional game? You don't think the game was closer because we played them motherfuckers twice a year every year?
It's a divisional game, but how do you let a motherfucker that never practiced with the squad go for 150 on you?
Because you don't have a fucking scouting report on him. That's how.
But your defense is so fucking elite, you don't need a scouting report. You just stop the running back.
You still got to adjust. Look, they scored first. I was watching the game in the beginning. They was up 7-0. They didn't score again until the second half because we adjusted to the shit. He was doing his.
So that first drive, he had 40 yards, and then I don't know what the fuck he ended with, like 100 and maybe 40 or 50 or some shit like that.
At the end of the day, everything he did, it wasn't enough. Period. It wasn't enough. They didn't start moving the ball until the game was out of reach, and then quarterbacks pad they stats at the end when they don't have to run the ball no more. Like Kyler Murray had like 100 yards passing.
What did they lose by? What, a touch or some shit like that?
They lost by 3 points.
Okay.
At the end of
the day, Aaron Rodgers and them gonna put a foot in y'all ass because again, converting on third fucking down. Kyler Murray is nice. He put up stats. He can't extend drives and he can't fucking score in the red zone. But when you got motherfuckers like Drew Brees and motherfucking Aaron Rodgers and all these elite quarterbacks, it's a whole different fucking ball game.
So when's the last time Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees won a Super Bowl?
When's the last time they went to the playoffs? You know what I mean? Like
who?
It don't matter about the Super Bowl. They gonna take y'all out before y'all even get to the playoffs. And then when they get to the playoffs, you better cross your fingers.
When's the last time Green Bay been to the playoffs?
I mean, fucking what? What did Rodgers break his shit last year or something?
Who's to say he's even gonna make it to us? He might get his shit broke against us.
Well, you better pray to Buddha, rub the belly or something. Because
okay, look, check this out. You can say all of this because you passionate about this shit. But once we get off my team, we're gonna jump to the AFC West and talk about who the fuck y'all gonna be. Because we will beat the fuck out of y'all, point blank.
That's all right. I mean, we going through. I mean, shit, we got undrafted.
Okay, all right. 2-6, huh? You saying 2-6? I say 4-4 or better. Let's make this interesting. Let's do some easy shit. I say we win 4 or more. You say 2-6. I'll pay your phone bill at the end of the season if we win 2 games out of the 6. And if we win more than I said, you pay mine. Point blank. Now put your money where your mouth is.
Damn.
Man, fuck the Niners. I'm not putting no money on them.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the
Sorry,
fuck up.
Jordan Lucas. Shit.
He's just talking just to talk. Because it's more hatred than fact. Like I said, look at those teams that you're saying that's going to beat us. They all lost to somebody. So it ain't like the motherfuckers unbeatable. New Orleans lost. Green Bay has lost. Baltimore has lost multiple games. So it ain't like these motherfuckers unbeatable.
Okay, so the teams that, let's do this. Fuck the phone bill. Let's do this. All the teams that I was saying gonna beat your little fucking Pop Warner ass offense and shit. Let's put $20 on each game. Fuck the bullshit.
On which games?
On games with fucking quarterbacks.
You said let's bet them 6 games then. You bet them 6 games. We gonna lose 6. Let's bet those 6 games. Choose the 6. And I got 20 on each one. I don't even gotta see them.
All right, so
Green Bay, Baltimore. What up?
The Saints.
The Saints. That's three more.
Okay, and then the Seahawks twice.
Seahawks twice. That's 5. What's the other one?
You can have the Rams. I ain't fucking with the Rams. The Rams.
You choosing the game. It's either the Rams or the Cardinals again.
All right, so hold on. Let me
write this shit down.
I'm writing this shit down. This will be recorded in audio history. So, is the first $20 is the first $20 wager the Seattle game that's coming up?
We're going Seattle.
All right, so
we're going Seattle twice.
Right. Yeah. So we're going Seattle 11-11 game. All right. When's the next time you putting 20 down?
The Packers.
20 on the Pack.
No, it's the following. Yeah, y'all got.
We got the
Cardinals next.
Yeah. All right. So we got the Pack on the 17th. All right.
Then we got the Ravens. I'll take the money on Ravens.
You putting 20 on the Ravens. All right.
And the second-year quarterback. Let's go.
That's on 2-1 or 12-1.
Okay.
All right. Then we got the Saints.
Go with the Saints.
I'm gonna point out something after we done with this shit.
All right. Point it out. Okay. Who dig it already?
Yeah, we got the Falcons.
All right, Falcons are next. Then it's the Rams. Then it's the Seahawks.
And I'll roll the Seahawks again.
You got 20 on that.
The Rams.
All right.
So that's 5 though. You said we're gonna lose 6. Who's the other one?
All right, y'all gonna lose 5. There you go.
Oh, so you adjusted? Okay.
He said
all right, so 11. There you go. My bad. 11. Y'all still go. I mean, depending on who you play in the first round, we'll get took out in the first round.
Let me look here. So there's a game in between.
What you needed?
No, I can see it. I can see it from here. I can see D's writing.
You listen to 11 conversation about hip hop.
Yeah, we didn't jump to sports and shit. I was looking at the shit. It was damn near like a 3-game stretch where he said we were gonna lose all them games in a row. I could see losing a game or two, but to go on a losing streak, healthy, I just don't see it happening.
Well, we'll see. So let me just recap. $20 wager on each game.
Straight up, no.
Sam Kapone is taking Seattle.
That's straight hate.
Green Bay, Ravens, Saints, and then Seattle again to beat the Niners. We got a cool $100 on the line.
It's like that's not the same Seattle team. That some of these bullshit ass teams that we lost, that we beat, that he's talking about, has beaten teams that he says are going to beat us. So these teams are not dominant like that.
Right. And again, you guys haven't lost a game. You're looking good. So
name a player on the Ravens defense. This is not the Terrell Suggs them defense.
Okay.
I know they just got Peters.
Right.
And they got Humphrey at the other corner.
Is Star over there? Ulegu or whatever, the Samoan kid that had the bad heart. Utah.
Ain't he in Carolina still? Or he got traded? He's still in Carolina.
No, I'm throwing that out there. I thought he was a Raven for something like that. Okay. Yeah. Is Rhodes?
Their best player was the Darius Smith. He's in Green Bay now.
What's that? They had a dope corner though.
Their best corner is Bobby Humphrey's son, the one that choked up Marlon Humphrey.
Oh, okay. Now then.
So they got Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters on the corners. But like I said, you can't name another Raven. That's not the Ravens that you think they are.
Who's their safeties? I heard they got a good safety.
They had the cat from fucking out of Oklahoma. I forgot his name. He blew out his knee out for the season. They just tried to trade for the cat out of the Jets, but they turned
Jamal Adams
because they weak at safety.
Yeah.
So name a linebacker.
Can't.
Name a D lineman.
I can't.
This is not the Ravens that you think they are.
Right.
I've seen Nick Chubb. Look, Nick Chubb in college never broke fucking 90 yards.
Yeah.
But I seen him do that shit against them.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
No. Right now, you guys look good. And being a Falcon fan, it hurts because Shanahan should be in Atlanta right now running our program.
I look at it like this.
Kevin Coleman should be in Atlanta.
This sounds bad, like I said. Program. 4-4, right, D? 4-4 equates to 12-4. I'll take that any day. We're gonna get a first round bye.
Right. Yeah.
So but I believe we could fuck around and go 5-3.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Now, we ain't got to talk about Atlanta because we already know what that is. But hey, I am fearful because who the fuck do we have that can run with Julio?
Nobody, but it doesn't matter because our offensive line is trash. So
we got y'all next to the last game, right?
Yeah.
Look, if we already wrapped with the division and got a first round bye, we may not even play everybody, and that's not even a dig against y'all.
No, that's real shit.
That's real shit.
And we'd be dumb enough to start all of our starters so we can trot out and get a and get a meaningless win. We'll talk about Atlanta for a real quick moment of time. Dan Quinn should already be fired.
Yeah.
Should have been fired. Y'all were here after we lost Super Bowl. I said, well, he should have been fired. There's no way you lose that Super Bowl.
No way. You felt like I jinxed you, but no, y'all should.
You did. You was in the crib. You're like, oh, watch, they gonna come back on some hateration shit. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting till these little motherfucking Niners
get. We gonna lose some games, nigga.
Nah. You know what? I hope they go to the fuck. I hope it's the 49ers. I
wish you had the ticket.
I hope it was the undefeated 49ers against the undefeated Pats.
We do got the ticket.
Yeah, we got the ticket. What you talking about? Yeah. So
Niners Sundays then.
Yeah. You can pull it up. Pull it up.
On Sunday?
I'm off this Sunday.
Okay.
So we could pull up and make it this Sunday.
Seattle? I'm with it.
It's Seattle. We can pull up. Yeah, we can pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it.
So yeah, we should have got rid of Dan Quinn. We didn't. We paid a whole bunch of people. Freeman is one of them. Matt Ryan, who was a great quarterback, but I feel we overpaid him. Jake Matthews, we overpaid him. We gave a lot of people, Trefont, we gave a lot of average or above average dudes a lot of money, and now we're stuck. So hopefully we continue to be trash this year so we can get a good draft pick, because we have no cap space for next season.
What direction would you go, offense or defense?
Oh, defense. But we need help everywhere.
The best player in the nation, telling you, is old boy at Ohio State. Yeah.
So is he better than Bosa or the kid from Jacksonville? Or that came from Kentucky?
When Bosa quit last year, they didn't miss a beat without him on defense. And that's real shit. Like if you look Bosa's productive, but if you're looking at the prototype, it's Chase, whatever the fuck his name is, I forgot his last name.
Evans or something, or
Chase
Young.
Yeah.
So give me somebody he's comparable to now in the league.
I compare him to Julius Peppers in his prime, like that type of talent. He's that type of talent because he's a monster as far as the size, and it's just not the height. He leads the nation in sacks, so the production.
I mean, we'll see where we end up. I don't think we're gonna be the worst team because someone is still who has a goose egg still. Does Miami still have a goose egg?
Miami, Cincinnati,
and those seem like two teams that would take a defensive end.
They both need quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, that's right. And who y'all coming out? Tua and who?
Herbert from Oregon.
I can see Tua in Miami.
Yeah, that's what they were saying earlier. They tanked it for Tua, but we'll see how that shit goes.
And then Herbert, I can see Herbert in Cincinnati.
In a cold weather city, you need a big, strong quarterback.
Yeah. So maybe Atlanta at 3 and we get lucky. But yeah, we're trash.
Because if you look at it, what turned us around? D-line play.
Yeah.
D-line play.
Yeah. So you said you wanted to talk about
the Raiders.
The Raiders. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Go ahead.
And I ain't even gonna lie about the Raiders. Go ahead and pull the schedule up. We can talk that way because I only seen one game. I think it was in London, and they won that game.
Chicago.
They beat Chicago. And it was a big game because it was the nigga Mac game. So they won that game. But I want to see who's all beating the Raiders. I'm more interested in that.
Who's all beating the Raiders? Yeah. Okay. So the Broncos. No, that was a win. 24-16. Chiefs 28-10. Vikings 34-14. Those were L's. They beat the Colts 31-24.
I remember that game.
Beat the Bears 24-21.
Oh, it makes sense.
Lost to the Packers 42-24, and lost to Texans by 3 points, 27-24.
When did Green Bay make the playoffs last year?
No. Remember what's name was
got hurt.
So why are you saying playoff team then?
Because they are.
When?
A year before. If Rodgers is healthy, they're making the playoff.
When? I don't even think they made the playoff the year before. We could do the research, nigga.
I think they did. We beat them. I think Atlanta beat them.
What, in the first round or something?
Yeah.
They've been garbage for about 3 years.
I think that was the year Atlanta beat them.
This nigga talking about nigga, every team we played was playoff teams. Pittsburgh was the playoff team last year. So we going by that now?
The Kapone logic. All right, so let's talk about the season. Up next, we got the Lions. This is a home game.
The Lions are dangerous. They're not as bad as they think, but I'm not just a pure hater.
Yeah,
I haven't really seen the Raiders play. You know,
you give the Raiders an edge
just because y'all said that Detroit was interested in taking your running backs. So that tells me they may have a problem running the ball.
Yeah.
So I'll give the Raiders that sight unseen.
What about you, Simon? You think you all gonna get the Lions?
It's rough, like you said. Stafford is actually balling.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I mean? So
Marvin Jones looks good.
Yeah, and that's where we suck.
It's tight end Hockenbach or Brooker or whatever his name is.
It's going to be Galloway or Marvin Jones that kills the running game. They don't need to run because they can just throw all day. So I'd give Detroit the edge.
Okay, so then we got the Chargers coming to town.
For some reason, I think they're due. Something's gonna happen. This is real shit. I think the Chargers beat Green Bay this Sunday.
Okay, damn.
That's just my gut feeling.
So in this one, who you taking, Chargers or Raiders? You gonna take Chargers?
Where is it?
It's in it. It's in.
Well, it don't matter. It's gonna be a Raider home game regardless.
Yeah.
Man, they're due. And I don't think the Raiders are gonna beat them twice. So I'll go to Chargers this one.
All right, Simon.
Who's that home? The Chargers?
Yeah, it's a Raider game, home game.
No, we'll get the first.
All right. The Bungles.
They got the Bengals.
Okay. Sorry. This is in Oakland. All right, and you go with the Jets in New York.
We got the Jets.
Yeah, I think. Can I elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, definitely.
I think the Jets beat Dallas because there was no film on Sam Darnold. So they didn't have no scouting report. They got beat. Ever since he's been back, and now you can see him. They haven't won again. Raiders get them.
You said they get the Jets?
Yeah.
At KC.
Nah, we losing that.
Mahomes will be back by then. They ain't gonna be there.
Titans come to town.
Who's the Titans quarterback?
Is it still
Tannehill,
yeah.
Well, they have been a little. I haven't seen their games. That's like the team in the NFL who I really don't ever fucking see.
Yeah, they're not on TV a lot.
But
who the fuck?
I give the Titans props because they got defense. They got a nice defense. Tannehill is getting more control of the offense than Mariota, and just depend on how Carr react to this shit because he get fucking happy feet if they get to him. So
who we got?
I think we can get him.
Okay,
it's gonna be ugly, but we'll get him.
Who you going with?
I don't know much about him. This is fucked up. You just saw some hater shit. I say the Titans get them.
All right, Jags.
Oh, we got them.
Minshew comes to town.
Nah, that probably be Foles will be back by then.
Foles, I think they're done, right?
He's on the IR, so 10 weeks. After week 10.
Because he got hurt week 1.
Okay.
If Foles is back,
yeah,
it just kind of, well, he ain't really played. I know Fournette is having a hell of a year.
Fournette and then the fucking receivers.
Yeah, Chark.
They are getting this shit off.
Where is it?
It's in Oakland.
And they got that Josh Allen nigga get to the quarterback. They lost their best corner. Quick question: what is the Raiders' record right now?
That's the sign
right
Capone question. 3-4. They're
5.
second. They're second in the NFC West. 3-4.
2 games behind KC.
The way this shit is looking, it look like we niggas picking like they gonna win 6 of the next fucking 8 and squeak into the playoffs. I don't see it happening. So no, Jaguars get them.
Okay.
Hey.
At the Chargers.
I think the Raiders get them. I think they split the series.
Oh, we got them. I think we sweep them this year.
At the Broncos.
We got the Broncos. Flacco is out. They done. I mean, they were done with Flacco.
Okay,
but
D, do me a favor.
Yes.
Go back to the top where we just started with the Raiders. Name how many games Dan said they was going to fucking win.
All right.
Out of 8, he might have picked 6.
So he said the Lions, that was an L, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chargers was a win. Bungles was a win. Jets was a win. Chief was a L. Titans was a win. Jags was a win. Chargers was a win. And then the Broncos was a win.
That's 7.
Yeah. Hey, man, he believes in the squad. He's a Raider fan.
This nigga said 7 and 2.
Yeah.
We gonna get fucking beat the fuck down. This nigga's a hater.
So he's going. So they would turn around and go 10 and y'all would have the same record.
There we go. We do it for the back, baby. We do. Rest in peace, Mac Dre.
Y'all would have the same.
Yeah, you see this? We don't even get the benefit of he broke us down like fucking coaches film. But the Raiders, we gonna beat them. It's just so easy to just say this shit. That's some cold shit.
That's comedy. So right now, if we look at the playoffs, let's just before we get out of here, y'all are crazy. Let's look at this.
Yeah. We should start betting on them niggas games too. Shit.
Yeah. What's it called? Green Bay.
6 get in, right?
Huh?
6 get in.
Yeah. All division winners and 2 wild cards.
Yeah. So
the AFC weak as fuck.
Well, no, not really, because I mean the Raiders are technically 2 games back of about 5 teams. So, and this is crazy. Tennessee's 4-4. So if Oakland beats them, it helps them. They play Jacksonville, who's 4-4. If they beat them, it helps them. Chargers are 3-5. If they beat them, it helps them. So there are some games on the Raiders' schedule where they would possibly be able to
end of the season.
Possibly be able to get in there. Now they're going to need help with the Buffalo Bills because the Bills and New England are in the same division. Buffalo right now
there's one spot.
Yeah, so Buffalo right now has the better record. They're at 5-2. Yeah. So Buffalo would have to basically free fall. But if not, the Raiders would be able to possibly squeak in. The only other monkey wrench in that is Colts are 5-2.
It's the Colts,
and the Texans are 5-3. So that's 2 teams going for the
I think the Texans are a second half of the season team. If Deshaun stays healthy, the Texans win that division, and the Colts are gonna be in the wild card. So
right,
it's gonna be the Raiders, the Bills, and the Colts vying for them 3 spots. The 2 spots.
Yeah. I mean, crazy, man.
That's scary. I don't know if we can bang with
the Raiders.
But shit, we beat the Colts. So if we tie the same record, we got the tiebreaker.
But look, as bad as y'all talking about us, you don't want to fucking see who New England's played. Them niggas haven't played fucking nobody.
No, I agree with you.
Trash can.
And that offense is fucking garbage.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really pumped on them. I think that they're going to go to the playoffs and they might get a rude awakening.
Yeah, the defense is top notch, but the offense is garbage.
Yeah,
but of course the defense is gonna be top notch when you playing against shitty ass quarterbacks.
Yeah, right, that's another thing too. We haven't really seen them be tested yet, but we'll see.
They haven't played an elite quarterback.
Yeah.
Does it hurt their legacy that every year they're a shoe-in because their division is traditionally the worst in the league, or it doesn't matter because when they play the other division powers, they beat them?
It doesn't matter because they've done so much. The comebacks, the impossible shit that they've done, and how many titles that they've won. It just doesn't matter. Like if you talk about their, we would be having that conversation if they didn't win so many titles. We'd look at them as the Buffalo Bills.
It's kind of hard to argue against, even though I hate them.
Yeah,
like their record is kind of like you just being a hater even.
Yeah, they're the basketball or they're the football equivalent to Kobe. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's fuck Kobe, fuck the Patriots. But then when you talk about their accomplishments, yeah, they did that, but still fuck them. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. So they've always played in trash divisions, but they've always come out and won Super Bowls against teams that are pretty good.
They do have a nemesis that always gets them. And I know I just talked about their stars not being there no more, but they have issues with Baltimore.
Yeah,
they play Baltimore Sunday. I wonder if what's name can get them.
I would love to see Lamar Jackson run. It really exposed that defense.
Remember when Brissett went over to Indianapolis and they played him when that year they traded him. Yeah, Brissett got him. Yeah. Like he caught him off fucking guard, and he got the dub on.
And I don't think they have anybody in their roster that can mimic what he's doing. So how do you practice against that?
They're weak at receiver.
They can have Edelman, but
Edelman. The speed of Lamar Jackson.
I agree.
Shiftiness. There's no way. The angles and shit like that.
But it's probably one of the closest comparisons you can get.
See, that one's gonna be a chess match because this I always fuck up this word. The familiarity.
Yeah.
Hardball. They got Belichick's numbers. It's just always matchups. Like
right. Right. There is. Yeah. Some people just always have other folks' numbers, man. So shit. Let's get out of here, man. Simon, you want to say anything before we skedaddle?
Fuck the Niners.
Wow. So again, the recap: $20 on these games.
$20 hollers.
It's gonna be very interesting these next couple episodes as we talk about these things.
I'm loving it because it's not an even bet. It's 5 games, so somebody has to win.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, you know it's gonna be dope. Every week we gonna go ahead and keep y'all updated, listening to shit like that.
We definitely are. We're gonna make sure we flood the social media joints on here too, and get these Raiders and these Niners. Yeah.
Do it for the Bay, baby.
Do it for the Bay. Hey, Pooh, what about you, man? What you want to say before we get out of here?
I just want to say it's good to be back. This is my favorite time of year. I love cold weather. I love cold weather and big women.
Ooh.
They go together like eggs and grits.
Yes. Preach.
Masa and fucking chicken.
Yo, fuck it out of here, man. Shout out to Cali Dreams. Make sure you follow them at Cali Dreams with a Z13. Of course, home of the 2 8s and a 300 milligram cookie for $60. That's Cali Dreams with a Z13. Follow them on Snapchat if you're in the Inland Empire. They should be a go-to for all the herbal delivery. This has been an honest conversation about hip hop. We'll be back next week. Follow us on or listen to us on Spotify. Follow us on Facebook and look for us on Google Play as well as our Lisbon channel, and of course an honest conversation about hip hop podcast page. Until next time, peace.